Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Dental Talk is live. Myself, Dr. Pooja Jain, MDS endodontist, and working as senior lecturer in M.I. Ambedkar Dental College and Hospital now. Yeah, I'm hosting the live session today. Today's live session. It is on the topic Smile Designing the Natural Way by Dr. Mohini Chhabra ma'am, MDS orthodontist. I find immense pleasure introducing our today's speaker, Dr. Mohini Chhabra ma'am. I heartily welcome on behalf of Dental Talk team. She has completed her BDS from GBC Raipur. She's gold medalist. MDS in Ortho and Dentofacial Orthopedics from DRDS. Fellow of Clear Aligners Planning, U Labs Global. Completed Intensive Aligner Fellowship, St. Louis, USA. Fellowship from Smile, USA. And also been awarded International Research Peace Award 2019, Femdent Orthodontist of the Year 2019, Femdent Practice of the Year 2019, and Indian Dental Diva Orthodontist of the Year 2020, Head of Planning and R&D Elident Aligners. Thank you so much, ma'am, for making time for us. And we always get a guidance from her for uplifting the dental talk. And so your smile is precious to us. And that's the thing. Today we'll discuss about it. And it is the most unique and expressive feature which can make an impression last for a lifetime. So today you'll get to know about braces, which is best, how to keep hygiene, and aligners. About the aligners is the most advanced technique to correct the malocclusion. जो टेढ़े मेढ़े दांत होते हैं उसको ठीक करने के लिए ये टेक्निक यूज की जाती है. आज उसके बारे में आप जानेंगे और उससे रिलेटेड आपको जो भी क्वेश्चंस होंगे या क्वेरी होगी तो ये एंड ऑफ द सेशन हम उसको सॉल्व करेंगे. मैम है हमारे साथ. सो आप अपने क्वेश्चंस कमेंट बॉक्स पे मेंशन कर सकते हैं. ओके मैम, वेलकम मैम.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Pooja, for all those kind words. And thank you, Dental Talk, for organizing this session. Definitely, I hope this orthodontic awareness session is going to be very useful for our viewers as well. And in this COVID era and in this crucial time of pandemic, I want to thank the team of Dental Talk and congratulate all the doctors associated with Dental Talk for their guidance to the patients in this time. I mean, this is one time when everybody wants to get an electronic or e-consultation and avoid going to a clinic. So you guys are doing a great job. You are helping our patients in all the ways. So providing the best guidance. Keep it up. And thank you so much for the session. So if I'm audible, let's continue with the session. Should we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today we'll be discussing about ortho. What is ortho? And I'll be trying to spread little orthodontic awareness to our viewers. The topic of this webinar today is smile designing the natural way. There are a lot of ways to design your smile, but the most appropriate way and the most apt way that I would suggest would be smile designing by orthodontic way, because this is the only most conservative way by which you can keep your teeth, natural teeth, intact. So most of your problems can be solved by orthodontic ways. Now, what is orthodontics? Orthodontics is one specialty of dentistry that focuses on alignment of teeth and dental arches, diagnosis, prevention, interception, and treatment of dental and facial irregularities. So, ortho does not only correct teeth, it also corrects the discrepancies between your jaws. Now, before I start, and I would like to discuss this topic by a small video. So, I'm sharing that video with you all. Yeah. So, let's just see this. Hello. Hello.
Yes. Yes, go
Dr.
on.
Pooja, could we view the video that was being played?
No, not now, ma'am.
Not even earlier?
No.
Okay. So we'll just try and play the video towards the end. Just try it once
Yeah.
more if we can see. So we'll have, I guess, because we'll have to stop the sharing and then start the video. It's not playing together.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So okay. So we'll just try and share the video towards the end so that we do not have a problem with sharing the screen. So now that we've known what is orthodontics, so let's now discuss about the world of orthodontics. What all does orthodontics deal with? It deals with the correction of crooked, malaligned, and forwardly placed teeth, irregular jaws, underbite, overbite, reverse bite treatment, fixed orthodontic treatment, tooth-colored ceramic braces, metal and ceramic self-ligating braces, fast braces and accelerated orthodontic treatment, lingual orthodontics, Invisalign and clear aligners, correction of skeletal deformity, maxilla and mandible, treatment of temporomandibular disorders, surgical orthodontics, night guards, sequential extractions, and habit breaking appliances. So, orthodontics is a Greek word that is derived from orthos, which means to correct, and odontos, that is correction of teeth. Now, why do we need ortho? The first thought that comes to our mind when it comes to an orthodontic treatment is aesthetics. Do we need ortho only for aesthetics? Definitely not. The first most important thing that I would suggest for getting an ortho treatment done is for functional efficiency. That is, it helps all your mandibular and maxillary apparatus to work in harmony and to maintain a good functional balance. Secondly, it is important for a balance between your jaws, your teeth, and your soft tissues. And then comes the aesthetic. So our myth that ortho is needed just for good aesthetics is solved now, because we know that the most important thing that we need in life is functional efficiency first, and then the aesthetic part. Now, when we think of ortho, our orthodontist always tells us about malocclusion. Now, most of our viewers must be wondering as to what is malocclusion. Malocclusion means teeth which are out of their normal positions in both upper and lower jaws of an individual. Malocclusion can manifest in a wide range of variations, and it is a wide range of variations of malpositions of teeth. So, certain examples of it are spacing, crowding, protrusion, retrusion, rotations, overbite, and underbite. We'll be discussing all of these in the further session. Now, malocclusion can be classified in three varieties. So our viewers can correlate with all these three varieties and decide what is their occlusion. So the first one, which is the normal occlusion, is class 1 occlusion. So in class 1 occlusion, upper and lower molars align properly. That is, but the teeth are crooked. So that is class 1 occlusion is upper and lower molars are aligned properly, but that class 1 malocclusion is when there is crowding in the interior teeth, in the front teeth. In class 2 occlusion, the upper molars are positioned too far forward. That is, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you'll see that your upper jaw is way ahead of your lower jaw. However, in class 3 malocclusion, you'll see that the lower jaw is ahead of the upper jaw. That is, the upper first molar is positioned behind the lower first molar. So now what are the effects of malocclusion? There are a lot of effects of malocclusion. It is not just that it doesn't look good, we do not look good, we do not have a good smile that we need an ortho treatment done. But there are numerous things that are a sequelae of malocclusion. First comes the poor facial appearance that we all can relate to. And it is not just the appearance of the teeth, but the appearance of your overall face. So, ortho is orthodontics and dentofacial orthopedics. That is, it deals with the correction of disproportionate jaws as well. So, in case of poor facial appearance, you can see that certain people have their mandible backwardly placed, while certain people have their maxilla forwardly placed. Or there could be situations when both maxilla and mandible are backwardly placed. So, in such situations, you definitely need an orthodontic treatment for a good facial appearance. Then comes the risk of cavities or caries. Usually, what happens when the teeth are crowded, we cannot brush properly. So, as a result of this, there is more of a plaque accumulation, and this further leads to development of caries in such patients. We usually have a problem of poor digestion with people or with crowding. Now, you'd be wondering as to how can this be possible? See, when we have crowded teeth or we have an open bite, we tend to swallow the food. We do not chew the food properly. So, as a result of this, there are problems of poor digestion, systemic issues, and nausea. Then comes the oral hygiene difficulties, the most common complication of crowding. Because of crowding, it is not possible for us to brush on all surfaces properly, as a result of which there is more plaque accumulation. This increased plaque accumulation also leads to swelling of the gingiva. So, in certain people with crowding, you would notice that there is inflammation of the gingiva, swelling of and the redness of gums. So, this, as you can see in this pic as well, there is this redness in the gums. Then, with crowding, in further course of time, usually what happens is there is gingival recession. As you can see in this case, the gums loosen and they reduce, their margins reduce, they lower in margin. What you can see is a normal tooth has a gingival margin somewhere here, whereas in cases of crowding, the gums recede. So this is a case of gingival recession. Then comes the problem of tooth damage. When there is crowding, the teeth, there is not proper force onto the tooth. So this leads to damage of the teeth. There could be a fracture of the tooth or trauma from occlusion. Certain people with crowding or kids with crowding definitely have speech problems. They have difficulty in pronouncing certain alphabets and certain vowels. Most important problem or consequence of crowding is TMJ disorders. You might have noticed that during late stages, certain people complain of pain towards the ear region. So, what you can see is because the forces are not appropriate because of crowding, teeth are not in their normal position. So, as a result, there is unwanted force on this jaw area, and there is unwanted force near this area, which is the temporomandibular joint. So because of this pain could be radiated towards the head, ear, or the neck region. So these are called as temporomandibular jaw disturbances or jaw problems. So one major solution of this is getting an orthodontic treatment done so that you regain your normal occlusion and these problems and these pressure points are relieved. Then certain, because in this era of selfies and social media, so there's always this peer pressure of looking good. So these crowded tooth, or when you cannot smile properly because of crowding or protrusion or open bite, leads to psychological disturbances, not just in kids, but in adults too. Then comes the risk of trauma. Usually, what happens in kids with more proclined upper teeth, that is forwardly placed upper teeth, there is always a risk of getting an injury and causing a damage to the interior teeth. So, which might result in fracture of the interior teeth. So, right now we've discussed the effects of malocclusion, not just the psychological and the aesthetic effects, but effects related to caries, effects related to speech defects and temporomandibular jaw disorders. We'll be playing this video towards the end, which shows the sequelae of malocclusion and why do we need to get an orthodontic treatment done. Now, just now we've discussed about malocclusion. So till now, you might have come to know what malocclusion actually is. It is malposition of teeth. That is any deviation from the normal position of the teeth. So let's not see what are different kinds of malocclusions. So what our viewers can get benefit from this is they can look at these malocclusions and correlate their own dentition to these malocclusions. So the first comes an overbite. Overbite, as you can see in these pics, is a condition where upper front teeth cover too much of the lower front teeth. That is more than 30% of the lower front teeth. This is also known as deep bite. So this condition needs to be corrected by orthodontic treatment. Then comes overjet, increased overjet, which is also called as buck teeth. As you can see in this pic, this is pre-treatment photograph and this is post-treatment photograph. You can see in increased overjet, you can appreciate that your upper front teeth are positioned too far forward than the normal position. The normal distance between, as you can see in the second pic, the normal distance between the upper teeth and the lower front teeth is usually 1 to 3 mm. So when this distance is more than 3 mm, you know that you have an increased overjet or you can say buck teeth and you definitely need an orthodontic treatment. Then comes underbite. It is also called as bulldog appearance. What happens with underbite is that the lower front teeth are positioned in front of the upper front teeth. This is usually seen in class 3 malocclusions. As you might remember, I just told you that in class 3 malocclusion, your lower jaw would be placed ahead of your upper jaw. So, in such situations, your lower teeth will be ahead of your upper teeth. So, you can just look at these pictures and appreciate the kind of malocclusion that is presented in class 3 malocclusions. Then comes crossbite. So what happens normally? You'll witness that the upper teeth overlaps the lower teeth when the jaws are closed. But when this doesn't happen, so that usually happens when the lower teeth instead overlaps the upper teeth, as in this pic. So what happens? This is a situation of a crossbite. In the first pic that I'm showing you is an anterior crossbite where you can see the upper teeth was supposed to overlap the lower teeth. However, on the contrast, in this pic, you can see that the lower teeth is ahead of the upper teeth. So this is called as an anterior crossbite. This this kind of malocclusion definitely needs treatment. So not just in adults, but even in kids, if you see such a malocclusion being presented in your children, you need to take the child to an orthodontist or you know where to contact. Then dental talk is always there for you. Then comes posterior crossbite. It is not just with the anterior teeth. Usually in posterior teeth also, that is the teeth towards the back, the upper teeth overlap the lower teeth. But when the opposite of this happens, then it is a posterior crossbite. Then comes open bite. As you can see, there is a gap or a space that exists between the upper and the lower teeth when the jaws are closed. So this usually happens in cases of thumb sucking. Most of the children, have a habit of thumb sucking even beyond 3 years. So that habit tends to lead to this condition of an open bite in such children. Then the other problem that exists is the midline shift. What happens is that the center of the upper front teeth is not aligned with the center of the lower front, as can be seen in this pic. That is, the center of the upper teeth is not aligned with the center of the lower teeth. However, in this post-treatment pic, you can appreciate that the center of the upper teeth is in line with the center of the lower teeth. So if you have this dentition, bang on, you have the correct dentition. But if it is something like this or some deviation from this normal position, you definitely need an orthodontic consultation. Now, what are the causes of malocclusion? So the first most important cause is that you might have acquired it from your parents. So you can inherit a small mouth from your mom and large teeth from your dad, and small mouth and large teeth, you have crowding. Then comes tooth loss. In some children, you see that a tooth is lost from an injury or because of caries or gum diseases. So the remaining teeth shift from their normal position in such situations. Then habits, definitely habit of thumb sucking in children, tongue thrusting in children can shift teeth and cause them to erupt improperly. Certain nutritional deficits can also restrict the growth of jaws and teeth. That is why our diet is definitely important for the health of our teeth as well. Now, who needs an orthodontic treatment? Everybody would say children. No, it is not just that children need an orthodontic treatment. There is no age for orthodontic treatment. Both adults and children both can seek orthodontic treatment for correction of malocclusion, that is incorrect bite, tooth alignment of crooked tooth, and improvement of overall appearance of their face. Now, when your child needs braces, all of us are confused as to when to go to an orthodontist or when to seek an orthodontic consultation. Some say it's 7 years, some say it's 10 years, some say it's 14 years. We are all confused when to go. So, the ideal age to consult an orthodontist is by the age of 7 years. Now, why 7 years? You must be wondering, my child doesn't even have permanent tooth, then why to go to an orthodontist for braces? It is not just that you go to an orthodontist for braces, it is for the growth of your jaws as well. So during this time of growing period of a child, that is from 7 to 10 years, if we address a problem related to jaws during this time, we can definitely correct it. So the earlier it is detected, the easier it is to correct these problems. Usually, the jaw discrepancies in children can be addressed at an early stage and can be corrected only during the growing stage of the children. Once they are beyond their growing stage, it can be corrected only by surgical intervention. So, if you want to easily correct these problems in your child so that you have a pleasing profile later on in your life, you need to consult an orthodontist at an age of 7 years. And it is not just the jaws, but the other criteria also that require intervention at an early age. Some of these are early, late, or irregular loss of baby teeth, difficulty in chewing, jaws that shift or make sounds. Because when the jaws make sound, you know that you have TMJ problems. Biting cheek or roof of the mouth, teeth that meet abnormally or not meet at all. So you know when the teeth do not meet at all, you have an open bite kind of malocclusion. Jaws and teeth that are out of proportion to rest of the face. Now, we've discussed all about malocclusions, crowding, what are the different kinds of malocclusions. Now comes the treatment part. So let's see, there are different kind of treatment modalities for orthodontic treatment. It is not just the metal braces that we always encounter. Yes, metal braces are the traditional braces and are most commonly used. As you can see in the pics, it makes use of these metal brackets and the arch wires. But yes, you do have silver or colored modules around them. So one of the biggest advantage of this is it is least expensive, and then these brackets are smaller in size and cause less discomfort. These colored modules are very attractive for the kids. So I have patients who come to me and they say, ma'am, I do have to go on a party in this evening and I need to wear this dress. So can I get those O-rings? Can I get those colored O-rings matching my dress? So it's a major boost up for them. So they keep coming and they keep changing their O-rings according to the dresses that they have to wear. But one biggest disadvantage of this is it is bulkier, it is unaesthetic, and yes, it is little difficult to maintain these braces. That is why there was an advancement in ortho, and there was this ceramic braces were introduced in orthodontics. These are tooth-colored braces which are merely visible. Their shape and size is same as that of metal braces. Their advantage definitely is their visibility, that they are less visible than metal braces. But their disadvantage again comes that they are more expensive than the metal braces, and the brackets can stain easily if patients do not care for it. Because we do put these modules around the brackets, these are called O-rings around the brackets, which stain as we consume food. So, to avoid this staining, there are self ligating braces. So what happens with these braces is, one, they are called as rapid braces or frictionless braces. So rapid braces, that means they're bound to reduce the treatment duration by 4 to 6 months. Then they do not require modules. So the problem of staining that we had with the ceramic braces is not there with the ceramic self-ligating braces. Because as you can see in this pic, there are no modules around the ceramic self-ligating braces. So the staining issue is solved in these braces. Then they have an auto lock system to hold the wire. So this hastens the treatment and reduces the number of appointments to an orthodontist. One major advantage of this is reducing the treatment time by around 4 to 6 months. And this definitely helps in providing better oral hygiene. But the disadvantage is it is more expensive than the metal and the ceramic braces, and replacement of a debonded bracket is difficult with self-ligating braces. Then you must have encountered in certain patients, in certain of your colleagues and friends as well, the lingual braces. These are the invisible treatment options where wires and brackets are placed on the back side of the teeth. So they're totally invisible because you cannot notice that braces are already put on the teeth. They have more control over tooth movement. They have precise and predictable outcome, and they reduce the treatment time. But disadvantage definitely is there that it causes a discomfort to our tongue. There are certain issues of ulcers during the initial days, certain discomfort during the initial days, and a longer duration of an appointment. So, in order to overcome all of these, something new has been introduced into ortho, which is clear aligners. Now, as you've seen in the PPTs, everybody has been moving towards a more invisible approach. So now we've actually come across the best invisible approach that can be given to the patient. In these are actually invisible trays, transparent custom made plastic sheets that fit over the teeth and repositions them. Clear aligners are a computerized system. It uses a 3D graphic imaging and a CAD/CAM technology to fabricate the set of upper and lower aligners. So these are braces that can be removed and that are completely invisible. So you get all the advantages and you overcome all the disadvantages of the previous systems in aligners. Now coming on to what is aligner technique? I mean, you must be wondering, how do I get these on my teeth? So it is very simple. During this pandemic era, when you avoid going to a dentist, this is one thing that can help you a lot. With this, you just need to book your consultation with the Dental Talk team. They'll let you know whether this is suitable for you. Once it is suitable for you, we would need your intraoral impressions or intraoral scans. After that, your treatment plan would be fabricated, and it is a customized 3D treatment plan that will be sent to you. Once you approve of the plan, all your aligners would be fabricated. So the best thing about this treatment is, even before the treatment is finished, you would be shown your treatment plan or the end result of your treatment even before we have started the treatment. So this has the major patient involvement into the treatment. So you can see your treatment plan, you can decide what is right in it, what is wrong in it, what corrections do you want even more after that treatment plan. So we can decide and inculcate all of those in the treatment plan, and finally fabricate your aligners. Once the aligners are fabricated, they are shipped to you or the doctor's office. You need to wear them every day for 22 hours a day, but you can remove them during eating. So they are very comfortable for you, because you can have anything you want to, pizza, burger, whatever you want to eat. You do not have to compromise on that. But for regular checkups, you need to visit your dentist or your orthodontist 2 to 8 weeks just for a monitoring, or you can send us your intraoral scans for monitoring. You can send those intraoral scans to the team of Dental Talk with the pictures to see the treatment progress. And once you have followed all the schedule and all the regime, you have that beautiful smile just at home. You do not have to go anywhere. You do not have to take any risk. You do not have to wear those face shields. You do not have to wear those PPs, and you get your beautiful smile. So let's see what is the major difference between aligners and the braces. As aligners are almost invisible, whereas braces are visible and anesthetic. Aligners are more comfortable and convenient. Braces definitely a little uncomfortable. It is very easy to maintain aligners because they are removable, and you can brush your teeth normally just as you are brushing these days. While with braces, you need to take care of certain precautions. You definitely need to take care of certain precautions, otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for you to maintain a good oral hygiene. With aligners, as I told you, no compromises to junk food. You can eat anything you want to. And for those who are on a diet, you can have any hard food you want to. No compromises to that too. While with braces, you definitely need a dietary restrictions. No hard food, no nuts, nothing. Results are more predictable with aligners because, as I've already told you, the treatment plan is a computerized treatment plan and it is shared with our patients. So they get to see the results even before the treatment is started. Then comes another modality, that is the functional appliances. You might remember I told you that ortho not just corrects the teeth, but it corrects the jaws as well. So, if you bring your child for an orthodontic consultation at an early age, that is during the growing period of 7 to say 12 years, then if there is a jaw discrepancy, it can be corrected with the help of functional appliances. As you can see in this pic, these are fixed or removable appliances that affects the jaw growth in growing children by using forces of the muscles of the face and the jaws. So all these appliances are basically used for the correction of jaw deformity in children. Then comes the orthopedic appliances. These are again appliances that are used for jaw deformities. So as you can see, an example of this is, you can take an example like if a patient has a fast growing mandible, that is, the mandible is getting ahead of the maxilla. So in such patients, we usually give a chin cup to these patients to restrict the growth of the mandible. So these appliances are used to correct the jaw deformities, be it mandibular retrusion, mandibular protrusion, or maxillary protrusion. So then space maintainers are also a part of orthodontic treatment. That is, you can see in this pic, this is a space maintainer. And as the name suggests, space maintainer means it maintains the space for the permanent tooth after premature or early loss of a milk teeth. Once the milk tooth is lost, what happens is the teeth adjacent to it tends to tip into that position. So once that happens, the permanent tooth will erupt at a different position than its normal position because it hasn't got a space to erupt out of it. So in order to maintain a good space and to guide the permanent tooth into right position, we need to provide a space maintainer to the children at an early age to prevent crowding in such children. This is a tongue grip which usually discourages children from thumb sucking or tongue thrusting habit. Usually what happens, you can see by now, this is an open bite condition, or this crowding appears when a child has a thumb sucking or a tongue thrusting habit, or there could be a narrow upper jaw. So such conditions can be avoided by using a tongue grip. Then orthodontic treatment includes expansion approaches. So what happens in expansion approaches is the jaws are expanded in the mouth to create space for crowded tooth. So if you consult an orthodontist at an early age, we can definitely expand our jaw and relieve the crowding in such patients. So alignment can be done even without extraction of any tooth. So you can avoid extraction in your children and go to an orthodontist, consult an orthodontist during the growing age, and expansion will work wonders for you. Now, how do braces work? You've seen that braces work with all those treatment modalities over a period of, say, 1 to 2 years. It depends on different kinds of malocclusions. After the braces are removed, you definitely need retainers to hold the teeth in this new position, because teeth, when braces are removed, are still unstable and they need certain time period for the new bone to form around them, because of which you need retainers to hold these teeth into this new position. So the retainers are worn 24 hours a day for the first 6 months, and they are then worn only at night time thereafter. However, this can vary with certain different kinds of malocclusions. And we, the team of Dental Talk, can guide you on that according to your malocclusion. There are different kinds of retainers, as you can see in these pics. Certain removable retainers, then there are those clear retainers, and these permanent retainers that are bonded on the backside of your front teeth. So the kind of retainer that you need and the duration for which you need your retainers does vary from individuals to individuals. So you can just consult us, show us the kind of dentition that you have, and we can guide you on the duration of the retainers and how many and what kind of retainer is best suitable for you. Now comes the most important part for the orthodontic patients. I'm sure our viewers also include those patients who already have braces in their mouth. So we know, and they must be knowing it very well, that braces collect food and plaque very easily. Excuse me. Often ortho patients are children or teenagers who do not have optimum brushing and flossing habits. So it is very difficult to maintain good oral hygiene with braces until and unless you take proper care of it. So there is more of a plaque accumulation, because of which there is tooth decay and gum inflammation. So you need to follow proper good home care for ortho patients and good oral hygiene measures. Some of these are, the first one is brushing. We need adequate orthodontic toothbrushes or battery toothbrushes. These are very useful because patients need to brush both above and below the brackets, because plaque tends to accumulate below the brackets. What happens with the children is they just brush the front teeth and do not brush the posterior teeth or the back teeth. And then there is plaque accumulation on the posterior teeth, which leads to caries on the posterior teeth. So it is not the front teeth, the back teeth, not just below the braces, but above the braces also, that we need to brush. Excuse me. Then comes flossing. Flossing around braces is definitely time consuming, but we do need to floss every time. There are different kinds of flosses that are available in the market. Super floss, that has strands of floss with stiff ends, or floss threaders are used to floss beneath the wires. You also have these interdental brushes, which are very thin brushes and are used to remove plaque or food particles between the brackets. Then comes the fluoride mouthwash. Usually, what happens with the patients of braces, even during treatment or after treatment, you see these areas of decalcification on your tooth. So, to repair these areas of decalcification, you need a fluoride mouthwash that is usually recommended for you. You can dilute it or use it according to the instruction of your orthodontist. You can also use an oral irrigator, such as a water pick, to flush the debris between the brackets. The pressure of the water helps to flush the debris between the brackets. And then you definitely need dental checkups every 6 months for cleaning and checking up or monitoring the health of your teeth and the gums, to ensure that you have greater results once your treatment is complete. Now that you cannot visit your dentist or you cannot visit your orthodontic clinic, you can definitely consult us for those routine checkups, which I'm sure must be pending for everybody during these corona times. For any queries, you can contact us. You can contact the team of Dental Talk. You can contact us either through the website or the contact number, or we have our Facebook page and the Instagram page. I'm sure I would have cleared some of your basic doubts about orthodontics, and it'll be more clearer to you. And now you would know what is the right age, what are the kinds of malocclusions, and you could correlate to the kind of malocclusions that is prevalent in you or your children. So I'm sure I'll be helpful in solving that. Thank you. And for if you have any doubts, you can drop in your queries. I'll be clearing those.
Ma'am, there are some questions. One is from
Right?
Manjuli Moitra. Uh,
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. I had a query. Which type of malocclusion is most predisposed to trauma? She asked.
It is, yes. The kind of malocclusion I mentioned in my PPT also is the class 2 malocclusion, where the teeth are forwardly placed. It is very common that these teeth are prone to trauma because your teeth are way ahead of your lower teeth and they are way too forwardly placed. So in such situations, there are chances that you get yourself hit and then there is a fracturing of the interior teeth or the front teeth.
One
Okay,
more question
then
from Kirti Rupani, ma'am.
okay.
I heard rotation is most prone to relapse after correction. Could you please advise how to prevent that?
Oh, yes, rotation is more prone, but yes, it's not just rotation, it is the midline diastema also. There are surgical procedures to correct that. You need to consult a periodontist for that, doctor would do. There are incisions that are cut so that the periodontal ligaments are detached from it, and the rotation is prevented to keep the tooth stable. Otherwise, you can have a permanent retainer. For if you are a dentist or you are a clinician, we can go for correction of rotations by detaching the periodontal ligaments from the tooth. And because what happens with rotations is the teeth tend to, once correction has been done, that the periodontal ligaments are still attached to the tooth in that position. So they tend to bring the tooth back into normal positions. So we need to cut those ligaments. We need to cut those attachments of the tooth. And once that is done, then we can correct it permanently. But for patients who are not willing to go for that procedure, we can give them permanent retainers as such. So we can give them bonded permanent retainers to prevent that. I'll be playing this video once and you let me know if it is visible. It will be easier for the patients as well. I had this one more query, Pooja. This is regarding most prominent. I guess it is from you itself. Most prominent, what is it? I can't read that. The kind of malocclusion which is most prevalent. We'll be playing this video and then you can tell.
Okay.
Can you see this video? Can you
Yes,
still
ma'am.
see this video on your screen?
Yes,
I'll
yes.
be sharing a screen. Yeah, check if you can see this video.
Yes, ma'am. The video is of which topic? What it's telling? This video tells about if you are having any crooked teeth or a malocclusion in that.
Yeah, Yeah, whom do you need to consult? So,
Yeah.
so when people have this problem of crowding, they do wonder whom to go to. So they do not know actually about the speciality of orthodontics, which is that when you have a crowding teeth, you know, see, when you have a crowded teeth and you do not take care of it at an earlier stage, what happens is it worsens. So once it worsens, we are left with no alternative but to go for extractions of it. So in order to avoid those and in order to cause the teeth and the jaws to be in a proper position, you need to consult an orthodontist at an earlier stage. So this basically is that you do not have to worry about anything. You just need to look for an orthodontist, because an orthodontist will be the one who will be able to guide you at the right age, the right treatment, which could be overlooked by your dentist, but will not be overlooked by the people of this specialty. So this was regarding the influence significance of this branch, and now why do we need an ortho treatment, which I had already discussed in my slide, but maybe the video presentation of it would be more convenient for our viewers. So I'll be playing that as well, which is why do we need an ortho treatment? Like if we do not get an ortho treatment done, what will happen? Meanwhile, we can have some more queries if we have, and then we'll question that, answer that.
When the video is the
Yeah.
video is not shown. Yeah.
Hello. Is it visible?
No, ma'am, it is not visible now.
The earlier one was visible, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
playing
no,
the
it's
same
visible.
way, but
Yeah, it's
it's
visible.
visible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why is straightening of teeth important. Yeah, I guess this was visible. Both these videos were visible, and uh, pictorial representation of certain things are more influential. So this is for those, and for the children to see and know the importance of orthodontic treatment. And then coming on to our topic once again, the smile designing, definitely the smile designing the natural way. We design your smile, we design what is wrong in your teeth. If you approach us, the earlier it is, the better it is. So we design what is wrong in your teeth and give you beautiful smile by the natural approach. And this natural approach is by the orthodontic approach. We do not have to go for any invasive treatment of option. We do not have to go and cause any damage to your teeth, and we can directly correct your teeth with orthodontic treatment. And now that you know about the treatment options that comes with ortho, you can choose the best option for yourself. For any guidance, we are always there to guide you what treatment modality is best suited for your malocclusion, and you can get a beautiful smile. So I guess we have cleared all doubts.
Yeah, ma'am.
Dr. Pooja, I guess we've cleared that doubt of
Yes, ma'am. We have
pet.
cleared.
Yeah, I guess that rotational doubt as well, because most common to retain precision incision for the clinicians. For the patients, they do need to go for a little surgical thing, so that their dentist, or I would suggest a periodontist, can help them in that. So, and for our dentist friends, definitely precision incision. And there was this one more doubt regarding. There was one more query regarding
Uh, Regarding the malocclusion, which is
malocclusion. Yes, class two. It was regarding class two. So that
class two.
fracture to your tooth. Why to wait for that trauma? Just get itself corrected. Once you see those forwardly placed teeth that I've already told you, the ideal distance between the upper teeth and the lower teeth would be 1 to 3 mm. So you can judge it yourself, measure it yourself. If you see it beyond that range, visit our orthodontist, or you can consult us. So that ways you can correct it at an early age. There wouldn't be any chance of trauma or fracture in that case. So thank you so much. Thank you once again, the team of Dental Talk. We are always being associated itself is a matter of pride for us. We're always there to help you. And this is a great initiative in this time to help your patients, to help them with their problems, and to relieve them of pain, which I guess is the most important thing in the world, to relieve somebody of pain. So we're always there. We'll be continuing with these sessions in future as well, and we'll be there helping our patients. We'll be helping spreading awareness amongst the patients. So thank you once again.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this informative session. We all get to know everything about this ortho, and this is a wonderful session of orthodontic awareness. I think people get to know many things like braces, and other than braces, what all treatments we have, all treatment
Right.
options in this COVID era. Also, they will have some treatments
The option,
from
definitely.
the comfort
And
of, yeah.
it is not just that once we are online, we are solving all your queries. Even after we are offline and you get to see our session, so all your questions are most welcome. We'll be answering that on the forum itself. So that is also welcome. And for any consultations and for any queries, we are always there. Team Dental Talk is always there for you. Yeah, so Dr. Pooja, I guess we can conclude the session now.
Yes, ma'am. So in the next session, we will be having a uh, with the pedodontist and oral surgeon. We'll get to know. We'll update this in our website. So for any query or any questions related to any of the dental related queries there, so you can ping us in through Facebook, Instagram, through various social media sites, and we also have a website. So through that also you can connect to us. Thank you so much for this patience and for listening to us. Okay, thank you, ma'am.